How much capital do I need to earn a full-time living from trading? That's a question that I'm always asked. Now in this video, I'm going to address and hopefully answer that question for you. Let's head over to my laptop and show you what I've done. So to try and answer this question, I'm going to be using JonnyBlockchain's virtual trading, paper trading. Now, if you're not familiar what paper trading briefly is, it takes data from the live market, what's happened in the past, and it will run a simulation based on a trading strategy and give you an idea of what you could have earned over that period of time. Now, obviously, past results can't reflect future results. And also, I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is purely for entertainment purposes only. So you should always do your own research. But you can use JonnyBlockchain's virtual trading tool. All you need to do is to head over to JonnyBlockchain.com and create yourself a free account. And then when you're inside, you want to come to the dashboard, and then from the top here, you're looking for virtual trading. That's the compliance got out of the way. Let's get stuck into it. So first off, let me give you a little understanding of what you see on the screen right now. So over here, I've got the trading pair, and I'm going to be running my test with Bitcoin and USDC, which is a stable coin pegged to the dollar. I'm using the exchange Binance. Here is the lot size. So that's the amount that you're going to trade in one single trade. Now, your bot may do multiple trades, and I'll explain that as we go along. Here, we've got the take profit. So if your bot buys in the market right now, the price has got to go up by, in this case, 0.8%, which will trigger the robot to look to take the profits. And then it's got a retracement. So basically what it's got to do is it's got to go up to 0.8 and then come down by 0.1% before the bot takes profit. And the reason why it does that is because obviously if the price goes up by 0.8, who knows, it might not stop at 0.8. It might go up to 1%, 2%, 3%, and the bot won't take any profit until there's what's called a retracement. This one, move up or down price, not going to go into that in this video. And this one is the compounding tool. Now, this over here is the how long you want the trading simulation to work. So I've got 1 day up to 5 days, or the max. I've put it on the max, which is for 14 days. So this is going to look at live data from the last 14 days and tell me what my bot would have made within the last 14 days. And then down here, we've got the chart where it's showing you the buys on the chart, and you've got these dotted arrows and showing you the sales. So it bought here and sold up there, bought down here, sold up there, bought down here, sold up there, bought down here, sold over there. And then this one will be from this one over here, you see. So it bought here, it sold here, and then it bought another one there, and way over here, it sold that one. And then down below, it shows us what the bot did in that time. So it's given the date here. It tells you what it did, a buy, a sell, and so on. The number of lot. The very first lot that's bought is lot 0. The next one would be lot 1. And as you could see, this used up 2 lots. Here it shows you that the price it bought in at and the amount that it paid for that particular amount of Bitcoin in this time. And as you can see there, it's bought. And then over here, it will show you in this column the profit. Well, obviously, when it first buys, it doesn't make any profit. It's when it sells, it makes its profit. And as you can see there, plus $2.01. Now, this price that it shows you here in these 2 columns here, this plus $2.01, is after trading fees. So you've got no trading fees to come out of that. And then down here, it gives me a figure of $14.85 on $200. Now, what I've done is I've run multiple simulations, and I've put it all in a spreadsheet, and you can get a copy of this spreadsheet if you want it. So let's go through my spreadsheet. So here we are on the screen. You can see this column A, which is the green column, and it says lot 0, and I've put there $200. So if I come over here and I put there, that's this one, the lot size. So the very first lot was $200. Now, the take profit trigger was 0.8%, which you can see that there, 0.8. And then here it said the amount of lots that it used. So it was lot 0 and lot 1. And we can see that if we come down in this column here, lot 0 and lot 1. Then in this screen here is the funds needed. Because it did 2 lots, the first lot, it used 100% of the $200. The second lot, it only used 60% of the $200. So in total, this robot would have needed to have in reserve, so that it could carry on trading, $320. And that gave an ROI. Now I've got in here 1076. Now I did this sheet yesterday. Now running it today, it's given a slightly different, because Bitcoin started to go up this morning. So as you could see, this price will change on a daily basis depending on what Bitcoin's doing. So I'm putting here the daily ROI, which is the average daily ROI. Now this was for 14 days. So that daily ROI is 77 cents. Now, if I was to put this one in, 1485, put that 1485 in there just to show you, 14.85, that ROI changes. You see, that daily ROI changes, and it says now the average income for that would be $1 a day. It's not life changing in any way, shape or form, but this is just to show you what can happen when you add more funds. So I'm just going to revert that back to that. I'm going to leave it at what I've got my calculations from yesterday. Here is showing me the APY, so roughly what it has earned on average over the course of a year. And then in this column is what it would pay me for the year. Give me an average idea, because all I've done is multiplied it. And again, like I said earlier, this is, you know, this is just for entertainment, just to give you an idea of what you could get. So starting with $320 in this case, you could get your $320 back, your principal, plus $280 at the end of the year. So if we go down here, you can see now I run this simulation for $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 and $15,000. Left the percentage take profits all at the same. Here it shows me how many lots it did. Each time I run the simulation, it was the same amount of lots, interestingly enough, for this first one on this 0.8. And this gives me the funds that I would need to allocate for that bot to keep running, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And so for 15,000, I needed 24 grand in reserve, so that the bot had its way to make the money. Give her an ROI over 14 days of $807.53. That's roughly about $57 a day. Again, it's interesting that the percentage stayed more or less the same. This was 6.7, this is 7.2, so it's not much. So this gives an income of just over $21,000 a year. Now the next simulation I did, I went back to the 200, but this time I put 1%. So I just basically came up to here and I changed this to 1%. And then I ran the simulation again. And you should see there it says 1764. And in here when I did it, it was giving 1536. So I'm going to leave it at the 1536. And as you could see here, it did lot 0, lot 1 and lot 2. So that's 3 lots that it used. So that funds that it used was $440 for the 3 lots. That gave an average of about $1.10 a day, 91% APY, giving an income, after your principal's back, after you've paid trading fees, giving you an income of $400 a year, starting with 440. So pretty good income. So what I did was, again, I run that simulation for 200, 500, 1,000, right the way down to 15,000. So as you can see on 15,000, these are all the take profit triggers, all still on 1%. It's still all used the same amount of lots. Very interesting. Allocated funds that were needed. So in reserve, it needed $33,000 if you were trading with a $15,000 lot, and give her an ROI over the 14 days of 1,152, and that would be roughly about $82 a day, and an annual income of around $30,000. Then I did another simulation, again starting with 200 all the way down to 15,000. This time I increased the take profits to 1.5%. So all I did was I clicked on that little arrow and increased that, and then run the simulation for each one of these amounts. And as you can see there, it says 1758. And in here, we've got $15. So again, it changed since yesterday. Because as I said, Bitcoin's gone up. The amount of lots that it did was, it used up 3 lots. And I think that's probably the same again here. You can see lot 0, lot 1 and lot 2. So it used up 3 lots for it to do those trades. So that means it needed an allocated fund of $440 to do those $200 trades to start with. Because the second trade is not 100% of the $200, it's only 60%. And the same again for the third trade, it's only 60%. Given ROI for the 14 days of $15, that's an average of $1 a day, giving an income after your principal's back of $391. And if we look at the 15,000, again, the same take profits trigger, 1.5%, the same amount of lots, allocated funds it needed was 33,000, giving income of 1,125.29. Not much difference to that one there. And this should have been a little bit higher than that, but it's sort of rounded the numbers down. But it's around 30,000 again, similar to that one there. Okay, so that's what my trading robot did. Now, I haven't done the grid bot. I'm going to do that in the next video. Also, what I want to point out is that I never used the compound tool. Some people like to use the compound tool. I don't necessarily like it because throughout the year, I'm not going to sit and wait to earn my 30,000 or my 20,000. I want to take some profits along the way. You know, you've got to pay your bills, haven't you? And if you're compounding, you can't really do that because as soon as the profit's made, it adds that profit to the trading strategy. So that means you're not able to take that out of your wallet. All your funds stay in your wallet, I might add, you know. So in this case, your funds would be inside Binance. JonnyBlockchain doesn't touch your Binance account. If you were running a live robot, this is virtual trading, so there's no funds actually being used here. And if you were running a decentralized trading robot, then all your funds stay inside your MetaMask wallet. So I never did the compounding tool. So maybe you could run some tests and do the compounding tool to see what that brings back. Now, one of the other things that I want to show you is at the top here, I've got affiliates, because with JonnyBlockchain, you can earn a commission from your downline. So whatever profit they make, you can earn a commission from their profit as well. Let's just say that you were doing, you were doing one of these strategies down here, the 200, the 500, the 1,000, depending on what funds you had available. And you invited just one affiliate. This is your yearly income. Watch what happens to this column just by inviting one person. You see now, that's all gone up, okay, because you'll earn a commission. So, if I put in there 2 people, you could see that as you're starting to make money with your trading robot and you start to tell your friends, because the proof's in the pudding. When you can show that you're making money, it's easy to show somebody, say, look, have a look at my phone. This is what I'm making. And you could be doing the same. And if I just increase this number, if I put in here 6 people, you bring 6 people, the income becomes crazy, doesn't it? 44,000, 45,000. And you can start to build up a nice residual income. Now, we've got some members that have brought in over 100 people below them. And admittedly, not all of those are using the trading bots. But if they was to encourage those people to set up trading robots, and let's just say that these people were just starting with, $200, which is, if you can't afford $200 to generate an annual income, then, maybe it's not for you. But, look at the income here. Could go from 3,000 up to 200,000. And over here, nearly 300,000 just by inviting people and earning a commission from those people that set up trading robots. And one more thing I want to add here is this affiliate program that I've put in this column M here is only from your directs. But if they start to bring people in, you earn from them as well. You can actually earn down 4 levels. So this could be crazy numbers if you start to use the bot yourself, prove that it works, because it does work, and then you start to tell friends. And if they do the same, you know, your income can balloon in a very short period of time. Now, also what I want to point out is that I ran this for Bitcoin. So if we go over the crypto bubble, I'm on the top 100 tokens here. You can see lots of tokens have got much higher returns than what Bitcoin is. Personally, I like to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Pax Gold because I don't mind holding those tokens. What you want to be careful is that when you're setting up your trading robots, don't chase the hype of big pumps on coins that you don't really know nothing about and that you don't want to hold. Trade coins that you're happy to hold. And like I say, I'm interested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Pax Gold. They're the tokens that I want to work my strategies on. Let me know what your coins are in the comments, and let me know if you want to get access to this spreadsheet. All you need to do is to come in, click on File, and you'll go down to Make a Copy. And the only number you need to change is this blue number and these green numbers. You know, you could change these down here, and then you can use JonnyBlockchain's virtual paper trading tool to run your simulations. In my next video, I'm going to do the grid bot, and then we'll compare the two maybe in a third video. So hopefully you got something from this content. If you did, make sure you subscribe, click on the bell notifications to get notified when I upload a new video, and please give me the thumbs up. JonnyBlockchain is a smart crypto trading platform that gives you access to AI-powered bots, including a spot bot and a grid bot that can trade for you automatically. You don't need any coding or technical skills. Your funds stay in your own exchange or wallet. JonnyBlockchain never holds your money. You can trade 24/7 without staring at charts all day. Setting up is simple. Just head over to JonnyBlockchain.com to create a free account. Whether you're a complete beginner or a seasoned trader, JonnyBlockchain gives you the edge to participate in crypto without the stress. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you learned something, smash that like button and subscribe for more crypto content. Want a deep dive into another crypto topic? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay informed, stay ready, and stay tuned, and happy trading.